Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about Nicolle and that man Zakk that she was with last night. First, I do have to make a correction. In a previous video, I was assuming Zakk was Tia because we know Nicolle is married to Tia right now. So I thought, you know, she was just talking to one person, but apparently she's got hoes in different area codes, and she was talking to Zakk, Tia, and God knows who else. So Zakk was somebody that she dated before she went to prison. Did some digging into Zakk's social media, so we're going to talk about who this Zakk character is, him and Nicolle's relationship in the past. So Nicolle and Zakk actually dated before she went to prison last time. They started dating in September of 2016 according to his Facebook profile, and they even had a joint Facebook profile for 3 months. And here's some pictures of them. Here's Nicolle holding an oversized teddy bear that he got her back in 2016, and it looks a lot like the same teddy bear that we saw Deontay give her and throw across the street last night in last night's episode. And of course, we saw Nicolle in last night's episode talk about Zakk was the last person she slept with before she went to prison. And she's been telling Deontay she feels uncomfortable and she's not ready to be touched, yet she gets in a fight with Deontay and runs off and slept with Zakk in last night's episode. So, you know, we see in the spoilers for this season of Life After Lockup, she takes a pregnancy test and it's positive. I was like, there is no way she hasn't slept with Deontay. But now it makes sense because, you know, we know her and Zakk have hooked up, but, you know, it could be anybody at this point. So Zakk is 27 years old. Nicolle is 23 years old. He's an Army vet, and he is from Virginia Beach, the same as Nicolle. And so him and Nicolle were back together back in 2016. And Zakk had just been honorably discharged from the Army 1 month before him and Nicolle got together. And he wrote on his Facebook page, "Matter of time before I got in trouble, wasn't on the same page as what the Army wanted me to be." So Zakk was stationed in Alaska, and then he got discharged from the Army. So he moved back to Virginia Beach. Him and Nicolle got together a month later in September of 2017, and they were together up until March when she got sentenced to 4 years in prison. And this is the last picture of them together 3 days before her sentencing in March of 2017. And Zakk said in last night's episode that he kept in touch with Nicolle the whole time throughout her prison sentence, and he said that she knew she was talking to other people, but he didn't know the seriousness of the relationship, and he had no idea about Deontay. Another interesting fact I found out is Zakk and Nicolle were together around the same time that Nicolle worked with Lacey from Love After Lockup, and they did their little videos together with 2 other men. And you know, we've already talked about that. Look up Casey, Cash, and Molly on Google Images if you ain't seen it. And Nicolle alleged that back when she did the videos with Lacey, she was working at a tanning salon, and Lacey would come into her tanning salon and use the tanning booth, and she kept asking Nicolle if she wanted to do these videos with her, and Nicolle alleges she said F no at first, and she ended up giving in later on, and her and Lacey, you know, got videos, pictures, all that stuff out there. So I have no idea if Zakk knows about the videos Nicolle did with Lacey while she was with Zakk before she went to prison. But I went back and checked out the videos to make sure neither of the guys that Nicolle was with was Zakk. And they obviously wasn't. I've looked back on Zakk's social media, and he's had the same distinctive tattoo since he was with Nicolle. And he's got some more tats, but I looked at the tats in the pictures and videos of the 2 dudes that Nicolle and Lacey were with in their video, and neither one of them had the same tattoos as Zakk does. And I do have to point out, I think it's funny, look at the suit that Zakk's wearing there. It looks so similar to the suit that Deontay wore towards the end of the Life After Lockup season when he goes to Nicolle and her wife's wedding. But I try to look into Zakk's background, but he does spell his first name weird. He spells it Z-A-K-K, but I looked up his first name spelled like that with his last name and found no charges in Virginia under his name. And I've looked up Zachary and his last name, and I found no charges. So looks like he has no arrest records. And I tried looking on his Instagram, and he hasn't had any pictures with Nicolle. The only pictures I could find of him and Nicolle were on Facebook, and his Facebook, he hasn't really posted on his Facebook since like late 2018, early 2019. But a LinkedIn profile has been found of Zakk's, and this is how he describes his background. He says, I'm finishing up my associate's degree in business administration at Tidewater Community College. I plan to further my educational goals by pursuing my bachelor's in marketing over at Old Dominion University. Being an analytical thinker, I find great interest in hard data with little to no room for confusion and ability to find answers. With the opportunity to prove my work and the process to find solutions, I normally excel to find the information needed, but also do not mind putting in the work to find the answers as well. I was also a soldier in the United States Army. Being a prior service member, it's allowed me to utilize soft skills that I honed even further to set the example for my peers and subordinates alike to follow. I also adapted the ability to lead, help, and teach large amounts of individuals or one-on-one to accomplish the tasks that I took the initiative to complete or that were delegated to me. So he seems like a pretty well-spoken, educated man. I don't know what he was doing with Tatiana. And Zakk also participated in the 2015 USA RAC combat tournament, and he was on the front page, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And so I guess he must know Nicolle's favorite color since he was able to get it in with Nicolle. And so Nicolle and Zakk, I don't know, she is pregnant, I'm guessing from the spoilers of the next season. I really hope that she didn't get pregnant that night when Deontay got mad and she ran off with Zakk, because her kids are going to grow up and little Billy's going to see that he was conceived the night that little mommy was being a little thought. No. I'm really glad Nicolle's mama finally called her out. And you know, her mama, when she was waiting for Nicolle when she got back from Zakk, and she's like, what was going on? I got woke up by the dogs and you're playing Deontay and he loves you. And even her mom's girlfriend chimed in and said, you know, Deontay loves you. He does not deserve this. So I'm really glad. But trust me, I'm going to talk more about Nicolle and Deontay and their whole everything that happened in last night's episode in a different video, because I have so much to say about that. But I'm glad the mom finally called her out. And even the mom whispered to her wife, I don't know where she gets it from, because Nicolle's embarrassing her whole family on national television. But that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Zakk and Nicolle in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all the bell notifications so you don't miss it while the tea's still hot. Thank you for watching.